Three letters are popping up on coffee shop signs, beauty product labels, and even in dog treats. CBD. What is this cannabis-based compound? I took a deep dive into the world of cannabidiol to take a look. When patrons pop into Seven Leaf Clover, a hemp-based wellness store in Williamsburg, Brooklyn, they're often looking for remedies to the same problems.
The major issues are pain management, autoimmune, and anxiety. Sleep is huge too. In New York City, sleep is huge.
For store owner Jennifer Babine, plant-based wellness is a family business. Her parents started a line of health food stores in 1971 called the Health Nuts.
And in about 2015, there just started being a lot of interest, especially from parents of children with autism and people with neurodegenerative diseases like MS, around CBD and what it was about and if it was safe.
Babine and her family began doing research, visiting Colorado and California. She says CBD was more taboo then. After all, it comes from cannabis.
But after doing, some investigation and going out west and kind of talking to the experts, we just knew that it was something that we had to offer to people that weren't finding any other solutions in pharmaceuticals or in the plant world.
CBD is one of more than 100 chemical compounds called cannabinoids found in the cannabis plant. Unlike THC, the psychoactive component in pot, CBD does not get users high. Associate Professor of Psychiatry at the Mount Sinai School of Medicine, Dr. Edwin Salsitz, has been working on research led by Dr. Yasmin Hurd to study the effect CBD can have on people with heroin use disorder. He says CBD was found to curb both cue-induced cravings and anxiety.
Patients who had a history of heroin use disorder, who are currently not actively addicted, when they were shown videos of heroin paraphernalia, of needles and syringes, as opposed to neutral videos to elicit craving, those people who had gotten CBD from us in the study had less craving than the patients, the subjects who had gotten a placebo. And interestingly, a week later, that effect was still present.
Dr. Salsitz says the study's findings are important because craving is a fundamental aspect of addiction.
So if a safe medication could be found to help alleviate craving, that would be a major advance in the treatment of opioid addiction and perhaps other addictions as well.
According to Dr. Salsitz, the mechanism of action of CBD, how it works in the brain, remains relatively unknown, but its potential medical uses are promising.
There were no adverse effects from the CBD. So from an adverse effect and safety point of view, CBD has a very favorable profile. It's not yet ready for prime time. We don't know the correct dosages. We don't know the exact dosing schedule. But there certainly is a signal here that this may be a helpful medication, not to replace the medications that we're currently using, such as methadone or buprenorphine, but these CBD could be added into that regimen and could be helpful to get a better outcome.
Still, Dr. Salsitz warns that the demand for CBD has outpaced scientific study of the compound. He points to a research letter published in the Journal of the American Medical Association showing inaccuracies in product labeling, and says the legitimacy of some products on the market is questionable.
I mean, it's getting to the point where almost everything has CBD in it. So yeah, we think that it is greatly exaggerated right now and doesn't make any sense.
Store owner Babine agrees that the market has been flooded with products, and not all are of equal merit. But for customers looking to buy her well-researched top picks, Seven Leaf Clover is a happy discovery. Customer Michael Feld is in town from California. He says he finds THC overwhelming and no longer drinks, but he found CBD gave him the same ability to more easily relax as a glass of wine.
I found that just kind of like a gummy or a mint or something was a really nice way to take the edge off, not in a way that felt like I was under the influence of everything, but that just I was a bit relaxed.
CBD was taken off the list of Schedule I drugs in December 2018, but the legality of the compound remains a confusing gray area. In February, the New York City Department of Health informed restaurants that they cannot sell CBD-infused food or drink items. A spokesperson for the department told Metro Focus in a statement, "The U.S. Food and Drug Administration has advised that it is unlawful to add cannabidiol, CBD, to food or drink. We are currently informing businesses in New York City that may sell food or drink about this regulation and have implemented an educational period to help them achieve compliance." The ban is set to take effect this summer. That is, unless federal regulators deem CBD okay for food and drink consumption. The FDA will hold a public hearing on May 31st to help guide their evaluation of CBD and other cannabis-derived products. Babayan is unfazed by the potential regulatory roadblocks that might lie ahead for her store.
There's all these intricacies in operating that you kind of have to be abreast of if you want to run a business, but that's what running a business is.
Babayan says if rules change to the point where she can't operate her business, then she won't. But she doesn't think that will happen. And as for being on the forefront of something that may leave people scratching their heads, she's not worried about that either.
You know, my family has been in kind of a controversial industry for 50 years. You have to think when they started, there was no organics or health food. I mean, it seems natural now, but it wasn't intuitive. And it's the same thing with this.
In Williamsburg, Brooklyn, I'm Maddie Orton for Metro Focus.